Hello Aries and welcome to part 2. It's very interesting because I I didn't pull, but like I let the cards fly for the second row, and we have the same cards at the bottom of the deck, and like I pick them up and go, right? And then so it's just interesting that we have the exact same cards at the bottom of the deck, because I don't keep them out. I reshuffle them back into the deck. And yeah, we still have the same cards at the bottom. So this is relevant because I feel like we were talking about these are like the unseen, the unseen ones that are kind of giving you the message to bring people hydration. And I was attributing this to I didn't really go into it, but now I'm attributing this is actually those other people. These are their guides. And I believe that, okay, so let me just pull it out in the cards. So we had the King of Pentacles starting off the first part of the reading as like the ones who are dehydrated, right? So we're starting the second row off with the Hierophant, which these two are the same. They're not the same. It's just that one of them is, so it's this, what I mean is it's the same person, right? This image here is kind of like them on their way to, we'll just call it, dehydration. And this is them when they're fully hydrated. So the Hierophant is coming up as kind of like, they're a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader. They bring messages forward from spirit. They bring guidance down and they deliver it to a group, right? An audience, a group of people. And it's coming up as like they are unable to satisfy that role of theirs because they don't have the necessary lubrication as a channel. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's talking about water is extremely necessary for the ability to channel energies and to deliver messages. So that's what they do. This is like their purpose, right? And I feel as though these energies here are actually these are their guides coming to you and saying hey, the Hierophant it's not receiving our message of that they need to hydrate in order to keep the channel open. They're not receiving the message because their body is already kind of, it's so dehydrated that the channel has become rigid. It doesn't have the flexible capability that a channel needs in order to push the, it's like a pipe. It's like a pipeline, right? And you see what I'm saying? It needs the water, and the water is what carries the message. And so if you don't have water in your physical body, because all of this is very physical, then it's like the message cannot be received. And I was going to say transmuted, but it's not transmuted. It's and transmitted. It can't be transmitted or delivered because it can't even be received. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like you as the Queen of Cups, very highly intuitive. You know, you're the Queen of Cups. She receives, right, through the water realm. So she's receiving the psychic message that the others around her need hydration. So it's like their guides are coming to you and telling you to help hydrate everyone. The reason being is because they are, this is just really funny because it's kind of, I can see how it's like playing out in my own life with my Aries friend. And because they are very hard at work. We have the 10 of Wands, followed by the Sun and the 5 of Wands. So this overall, sorry about that interruption. All right, so we were here with the 10 of Wands, the Sun, and the 5 of Wands. So this is looking like being hard at work, like working under the heat, under the sun, outside, like sweating profusely, doing a lot of extremely hard work. And also, you know, when you're in the heat and you're working as hard as, you know, this like 10 of Wands energy, you can kind of get agitated, right? You know how the summer sun can kind of, if it's like too intense and you're just hot and sweaty and tired, you can get a little agitated with others. Just, I mean, it's not even like a personal thing. It's just an agitation that is like under the skin type of thing. And it's like you're fighting. I was talking about like under the skin, and now this is kind of looking to me like the different parts of your body, because I also see this sun as like she's shining light on all of these different, you see what I'm saying? Like they almost look, they look like, you know what they look like? They look like cells, like how cells like grow off of each other. So, well, not off of each other, but how they clump together in like formations. So it's talking about like organs basically. So it's like your organs are like fighting over the, what do you call that? Like not acclamation. I can't remember the word, but basically like fighting, almost like fighting over rations type of thing. And it's like your organs are fighting for their water, right? And in doing so, that because your organs are like smaller, I mean, if we're talking like if we're talking about like fractaling out, like if we are all like, if Earth was like a cell, right? And we are like the little organelles that are inside of the cell, for instance. Inside us, we have the same thing. So it's like if our organs are fighting for the small amount of ration of water that the Hierophant is giving them, that energy of frustration and competition over the water, just fights in general, that energy is building inside of the body. And so therefore it's going to be expressed externally, right? Into the environment too. So if this one here is like, you're like, it's okay, King of Pentacles. Like, I brought you this water to make, like, because look at his face. He's like a little grumpy, right? And she's like, it's okay. I'm bringing you this water so that your internal space can stop fighting itself, so that you can stop fighting the external space. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like as above, so below, or so within, so without type of thing. And this Hierophant is really, they're really carrying, like they're carrying a large load. They're really carrying a big one. I mean, they're coming up as like, as both, right? The 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So it's a lot of 10s. And what I'm getting now is that when you're at the 10, you're at the precipice of, well, not you, Aries, but like they are at the precipice of a breakthrough, right? So that water at this point in time is especially needed to facilitate this breakthrough easier. It's because it's providing the lubrication for the breakthrough to happen. And the breakthrough is going to happen regardless, but it's providing the lubrication that's necessary for it to happen in a more seamless way. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's much easier to turn the ship when everything is in proper working order, right? So we have that going on in the center. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that wants to come out through the center before I move to the next step. There's something here with these there's these like pathways. Okay. Hang on, I'm like currently trying to like pull it out. So you see this? Oh my God, I just saw it. Okay, I had to see it inside. This is so exciting. Okay, hang on. All right, this is the corner. Look. Because I was like, there's something with these two pathways. And look, we were just talking about the corner that needs to be turned, the ship. This is presenting as that corner. This is the corner that we're about to go through. Okay, so on the table, it's presented as the 10 of Wands. I don't know how you, I think it's this way. I don't know. Are you reading from left to right? I don't know. Then it's the Sun, right? And then it's the 5. Okay. This is interesting. I got it. I can't remember what reading it was in, but it was talking about like a full energy that was, like the sun was like sunburning them. It was causing a sunburn. And, traditionally you see the sun as like a very happy, beautiful energy that, enhances you. It lifts you up, energizes you. But when there's too much, because there is, of course, like a balance with all of the energies that we experience, there are two sides, with polarity. Some sun can be like too much. And that's what this is coming across. The sun, this is so interesting. The sun is the obstacle because we have that corner that's being turned, right? The corner that's being turned, at the corner, the sun is there. So the sun being the obstacle isn't going anywhere. So the best way to kind of counteract its position is to become hydrated. Because when you, if you were, that's really interesting because kind of the energy is moving this way, but on the table it's showing this way. if you are to move, I'm seeing it as like, okay, hang on a second. This one, I don't know why it's so much about this Hierophant. You are very like tuned into this Hierophant. So this one, when they approach this obstacle, it's almost like they want to turn the other direction. They don't want to, I mean, they're carrying the Ten of Wands, right? And then now they're also having to face like the beating sun, like on their back as they're carrying this Ten of Wands. So they're like wanting to turn the other way, but you're coming in kind of like as a support element, right? You are acting on behalf of their support team. So you're coming in as a supportive element to keep them going forward. And so that next obstacle being the sun, you're helping to hydrate them so that they can decrease the load and go into the Five of Wands. Now, as they go into the Five of Wands, that's where that frustration energy comes in, trying to avoid unnecessary fighting that could lead to a Ten of Swords energy. Do you see? You see what I'm saying? So it's the water that is necessary to kind of turn this corner and move past the Five of Wands and into, we're ending the reading off with the Star energy, which is, I mean, it's coming up as like, well, which is full hydration. That's what this is talking about. I was thinking about like baths and like everything is all water and it's just rushing in as like, and now you're fully hydrated and you've moved past this obstacle, right? And because now the Hierophant is in this star energy, so, you know, these two cards are at the, my cat perked up. These two cards are at the, you know, just fanning it out for you. They're at the, they're bookending the message here. So it's like, it's coming back together. The channel is coming back together. And what I'm seeing here now with these two is talking about blessing. It's talking about blessing the water. So before we were speaking of like just a very simple message of hydration. Hydration is what's necessary to keep the body lubricated so that you can receive message and then transmit that message with like the utmost purity. Do you see? So now that hydration has happened, the blessings with an S can come in. And what now we're talking about is the intentions that you set on water. Now they can take their full effect, because it's kind of coming out as like, regardless of whatever intention you put on the water, if you're not fully hydrated, that intention cannot, it's almost like it can't take root, because its main goal is to get you hydrated. Like that it's more like of an emergency. It has more, it's like, it's overtaking whatever intention that you put on the water and just doing its main purpose, main goal, which is hydrating, right? So now that you have helped the Hierophant to hydrate, the blessing of the water can happen now. Now when you do speak, whatever you speak over your water, perhaps healing or channeling, that intention is going to take hold and start to show through your physical presence. Because I'm seeing it as the Hierophant. It's like you're, what is that one? Not imbibed, is that it? I don't know if that's the correct word for this. Like you, like now you are that I don't know. It's talking about it being in every single cell within your being. Now, every single cell is hydrated, right? There's no more competition. There's no more need to like fight over resources or anything like that. It's like the entire body is on the same page. So everything is working together seamlessly. And because of that, now the intentions that are set on the water can, and now we're talking about even also like the water within your body, even the intentions that you set. I wonder if you can do that. I don't see why not. What I'm talking about is like, if you can set intention on the water that you drink, can you also set intention on the water that's within your body? I think that the answer to that is yes. That makes sense to me. That's fascinating. So it's talking about now you're able to set the intention on your body. Ah, that is beautiful. And also restore, or it's funny because I keep talking about how Aries is bringing the water, but then I also keep flipping between like Aries is also the one that needs to be hydrated. So, perhaps in this collective, I'm feeling like it's on both sides. You see what I'm saying? Some are the ones that are bringing the water, and then some are the ones that need the water. But it's like now the channel it's open, it's clear, and it's pristine, and everything can be received as it should be. He's also has, I think that's the symbol, yeah, the symbol for above, below, and then she's got it. Well, she's got one finger, but it's insinuating kind of like the same thing. So if we were to stack these like this, you see, through the water, the message must be received through the water. That's absolutely stunning. Aries, I thoroughly enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read you. That was very fascinating, and I learned a lot through it too. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.